Welcome to Fuel for Leaders series on leadership identity. Our goal is to help leaders like you discover the heart of your leadership capabilities. We believe leaders are best when they lead out of their strengths. When we are secure in who we are as leaders, we are bolder and more confident. Each of us is unique with a distinct mix of leadership talents and gifts. But whether we have years of experience or are new to the role, we may be uncertain of who we really are as leaders. Limited practical training leaves many leaders feeling ill-prepared, while others are masquerading, trying to lead like someone else. Trying to be someone we are not can land us on our face. Leading best starts with understanding our leadership identity, the authentic source from within that drives us, providing the wisdom and courage to lead well. So what's the path to uncovering these truths about ourselves? It starts with our day-to-day, where we as leaders face a host of unforeseen problems and challenges. This mix of interactions and outcomes trigger responses. Hopefully, our actions and behaviors that follow are measured and balanced. As a longtime leader, I admit that my responses could be less than ideal. What about you? Leaders struggling to control their temperament are often trained on mindfulness or other behavioral modification techniques. But like fad diets, these approaches may help in the short term, but rarely provide lasting improvement. They address the symptoms, but not the source. Enacting real change starts by recognizing that our actions and behaviors don't emerge out of nowhere. Our responses to situations are a function of the multiple dimensions of who we are as individuals and as leaders. Understanding the inner workings of our leadership identity enables us to lead well in any circumstance. A first step is to assess our strengths as a leader. There is a broad array of leadership attributes to consider. Nobody is great at all, but each of us have some aspects that come more naturally and are easier to develop. As we face greater challenges, we may want to leverage our leadership strengths and gifts. With a better understanding of our strengths, we can begin the journey below the surface, the inner dynamics of our leadership identity that influence our daily actions and behaviors. As leaders, we're expected to curb our emotions and check our attitudes at the door. But emotions are part of the human experience. We may try to control our emotions, but we can't ignore them. Leaders can feel anxious or hopeful as anyone, optimistic or overwhelmed, calm or uncertain. Every leader has a range of emotions falling between contentment and apprehension, between confidence and insecurity. Understanding where we stand gives us insights on how we'll likely react to unforeseen problems and conflicts. Attitudes represent our perspective on the world, how we categorize the situations, circumstances, or relationships we face. Our attitudes also fall on a spectrum. We might be typically positive or cynical, assume others are inherently self-serving or trustworthy and good. These perspectives shape our interactions and regular decision-making. As with everyone in the workplace, leaders are plagued by doubts and fears. We can wonder if we have what it takes to lead our team in tough times, or worry that others are asking the same questions. If left unaddressed or ignored, unwarranted fears will emerge. This dark shadow can make us risk-averse, unwilling to try new ideas, or resistant to change. It's hard to lead well when bottling up our doubts and fears. Wants and needs are another key component of our leadership identity. Our wants, or motivations, are a mix of extrinsic and intrinsic drivers. Motivations are fluid, tending to change over the course of our career. Early on, external motivators such as that next promotion, a bigger bonus, or leading a big project are more prevalent. Internal motivators like solving industry problems or mentoring young leaders take a more significant role later down the road. Many of us look to our work for answers to life's existential questions. What am I chasing? Where do I stand? Who can I become? While our personal life answers some of these big questions, many of us expect our work to deliver actualization, inspiration, validation, and belonging. At the core of our leadership identity is the purpose for our work and the values under which we will operate. Core values define who we are. They represent what we stand for and what we are unwilling to compromise. Purpose is the why behind our work, the internal compass giving direction for our career. Do we want our work to make people's lives better? Are we striving to create something new, building something lasting, disrupting the status quo? Purpose and values help us derive meaning from our work. They enable us to leave a mark, something lasting and impactful which provides the fulfillment and satisfaction we seek. The sum of our purpose and values, wants and needs, doubts and fears, as well as emotions and attitudes, establishes our leadership identity. We've designed a simple survey to help you down your path of discovery. Feel free to contact us for a link. When we understand the essential elements of our leadership identity, we lead with authenticity, connecting more deeply with others. Feeling secure in who we are sets us free to emerge as the leader we were meant to be. We hope this exploration of leadership identity provides a practical guide for you and your team. Thanks for tuning in.